Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today let's see the most important topic in cardiac physiology is cardiac cycle. So this is important for theory as well as for the MCQ based questions which are the students who are appearing for NEET PG2. So let's go on. The cardiac cycle duration is zero point 0.8 seconds when heart rate is 72 beats per minute. When heart rate is 72 beats per minute, the cardiac cycle would be zero point 0.8 seconds. This is the normal value. So the atrium and ventricle has systole and diastole. So let's see the duration. Systole has zero point 0.1 seconds. Systole, S for short. So systole is shorter, the duration is shorter when compared to diastole. So zero point 0.1 second and diastole is 0.7 second. Ventricular systole and diastole. Ventricular systole, S for shorter. So SS, so 0.3 seconds. This is compared to the diastole. Comparatively, this is slow. That's why it's easy to remember. That's why I have told you 0.3 seconds and the diastole is 0.5 seconds. We'll see the ventricular part because this is most important for cardiac output. So we'll see about the ventricles. Okay, so the ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. Before going to that, let me talk about the relation between the heart rate and cardiac cycle. So during exercise, if a person is doing exercise, the heart rate will increase. Obviously, the heart rate will increase. Let's imagine that up to 200 beats per minute. The heart rate increases up to 200 beats per minute. When do you think the cardiac cycle would be 0.8 seconds? No. When the heart rate increases, the cardiac cycle will be decreased. So, when the heart rate is 200 beats per minute, the cardiac cycle will be 0.3 seconds. Here you should note a very important point, that is the heart rate is inversely proportional to the cardiac cycle. This is very important. Okay. So diastole, during diastole what happens? During diastole, ventricles will get filled. That's the thing happens during the diastole. During exercise also, the ventricular filling is compressed. That's why I have written here, when cardiac cycle duration decreases, diastole duration will also decrease. That results in the ventricular filling is compressed. That results in the ventricular filling compressed. It get compressed. Okay, before going to the very complicated diagram, let me explain you in this very simple diagram. Okay, hope you all can see this diagram. So this heart diagram we would all draw. We are all familiar with this heart diagram. So this is the right atrium, this is the left atrium, this is the right ventricle and the left ventricle. So first we'll be seeing about the ventricular systole. Left ventricle, the blood is in the left ventricle. It somehow have to move to the aorta in the forward direction or else in the backward direction to the left atrium. So there is a valve between the left atrium and left ventricle. That valve is called as mitral valve. Left ventricle, the blood has to move on forward, that is to the aorta. There is a valve here, that is the aortic valve. So in the blood has to move either backwards or forwards. Backwards it is not possible because the blood has come from left atrium to left ventricle. So it has to move forward. So it has to move to the aorta. There is a aortic valve. So now let's see the ventricular systole and ventricular diastole. First let's see the ventricular systole. As I said, ventricular systole is 0.3 seconds duration. Okay. Hope you all can see this. So ventricular systole, as I said, the duration is 0.3 seconds. 3 for 3, so it has 3 phases. What are the 3 phases? Isovolumetric contraction, rapid ejection phase and slow ejection phase. These are the 3 phases in ventricular systole. Fine. So let's see what are the phases in detail. So isovolumetric contraction first. Iso means same. So the volume remains same, but the pressure increases because in this diagram, the blood has to move. The blood has to move from the left ventricle. If the valves are not open, both the valves are not open, the pressure increases, but the volume remains the same in the left ventricle. Do you all get the point? So volume remains same, pressure increases. That's what I have mentioned here. So volume is same, but the pressure increases. Obviously, mitral valve is closed during this phase. Why? Because mitral valve, backward movement of the blood is not possible, and closure of that sound results in first heart sound, that is S1 heart sound. Okay. So closure of the mitral valve is S1 heart sound. It produces the first heart sound. And how this isovolumetric contraction ends? It ends by opening the aortic valve. Obviously, when the aortic valve open, the blood has to move to the aorta. That's why it ends by opening the aortic valve. This is the first phase. So we have completed the first phase. Let's go on to the second phase, that is the rapid ejection phase. In rapid ejection phase, the 2/3 of the ventricles is rapidly ejected. That means the 2/3 of the blood is, as soon as the valve opened, the 2/3 of the blood is rapidly ejected from the ventricles. That is the meaning of rapid ejection phase. Then let's go on to the slow ejection phase. Okay, so what is the slow ejection phase? Almost, remember this word, almost 1/3 of the ventricle is ejected. Okay, 2/3 and 1/3, almost 1/3 is only ejected, not the whole blood is ejected out. So even after the forceful contraction, the blood, some amount of the blood will be remaining in the ventricles. That is known as end systolic volume. This is end systolic volume. That is called as end systolic volume. That's why I have mentioned here almost 1/3 of the ventricle is ejected. Okay. This is about the ventricular systole. Let's go on with the ventricular diastole. So, ventricular diastole duration is 0.5 seconds, as I said earlier. So, 5 for 5. It has 5 phases. Okay. So, let's see what are the phases. Protodiastole, isovolumetric relaxation, rapid filling phase, slow filling phase, and active filling phase. These are the 5 phases. Let's see one by one. So proto, what does mean by proto? Proto in the sense beginning, the initial, what happens, like what the initial thing happens. Okay, so here this phase starts when the closure of aortic valve happens. It has to close, aortic valve has to close, then that's why only ventricle will get filled. That time it produces the second heart sound, that is S2 heart sound. So closure of aortic valve, S2 heart sound is produced. Why this is aortic valve is closed? Because ventricles will get filled. Ventricles will be getting filled if this valve is closed. And one more thing, mitral valve will get opened. Okay. Then comes the isovolumetric relaxation. Iso means same, as I said earlier. So volume remains same, but pressure decreases because ventricles are in the relaxed state. Ventricles relax, that's why pressure decreases. But volume is constant, volume is same. Then comes the rapid filling phase. Here in this rapid filling phase, S3 sound occurs. This S3 sound. This rapid filling phase occurs in adults who are all doing exercise, and in children. Only in these two conditions this S3 sound will produce and rapid filling phase occurs. Okay, physiologically. Then comes the slow filling phase. So this slow filling phase is also called as diastasis. Okay. The slow filling phase is also called as diastasis. Some examiners will expect this word diastasis. Okay. I have to say one point. Rapid filling phase and slow filling phase, does it occurs by passive or active? So my answer is both. It happens by both, passive as well as active. Okay, so in slow filling phase, it occurs passively as the gravity in the direction of gravity. So as a valve open, the blood flows into the ventricles. What is active filling phase? This active filling phase is also called as atrial kick. Okay, atrial kick. So here what happens is the 20% filling is by atrial contraction. Passively, it fills 80% of the blood in slow filling phase. Passively, 80% will be getting filled. But remaining 20%, it has to be done by atrial contraction. Okay, atrial contraction. That's why it is called as atrial kick. Do remember these two words. These two words are important for entrance exams, and some examiners will be mentioning these two words. That is, diastasis means slow filling phase, and atrial kick in the sense active filling phase. So let me say about the end diastolic volume. The amount of the blood remaining in the ventricles even after the forceful diastole is called as end diastolic volume. That means some amount of the blood is always present in the ventricles. That is called as end diastolic volume. So let's go on with the heart sounds. So we have seen the three heart sounds before. S1 heart sound, it happens when it happens, that is a closure of mitral valve or tricuspid valve. It's very important. S1 sound is produced. S2 sound occurs during the closure of aortic or pulmonary valves. S3 sound produces the third phase of diastole, that is rapid filling phase. When rapid filling phase enhance, S3 sound is heard. As I said, it occurs during exercise and in children. So S4 sound. Let me talk about the S4 sound. This S4 sound is not physiological, it is pathological condition. It occurs when the forceful atrial contraction occurs. Okay, why this forceful atrial contraction occurs? Because of the ventricular stiff. Ventricular stiff in the sense ventricles are not properly relaxed. Ventricles are not properly relaxed. That's the meaning of ventricular stiff. When it happens where a person is in hypertension, and in the restrictive cardiomyopathy. In these two cases, the ventricular stiff happens. That time S4 sound is heard. This is the pathological condition, not physiological condition. Okay. So what is meant by phonocardiogram? This phonocardiogram is used to record the heart sounds. What are the heart sounds? S1, S2, S3 and S4. These are the four heart sounds that can be recorded by using the phonocardiogram. That's all about the heart sound. Let's see the most important topic which we haven't dealt about is pressure volume graph. This graph is simple. Let me explain it. This is very important for questions, MCQ questions, and for writing the 15-mark essay, you should be mentioning this graph. So let me say about the pressure volume graph. So in x-axis, let us take volume. In y-axis, let's take pressure. Okay. So 50 ml of blood, I'm writing here 50. That is the end systolic volume. At the end of the systole, the amount of blood present here is 50 ml. Gradually, systole is followed by diastole. Okay. So point here, it starts, it goes on. Okay. It goes to here. That is 120 ml. At the end of diastole, that is the end diastolic volume is 120 ml. Okay, gradually it goes. Between the end systolic volume and end diastolic volume, what happens? Ventricular filling will take place. Okay. So let's correlate this graph with the phases what we have learnt earlier. For systole, we have done three phases, and for diastole, we have 5 phases. Let's go on. In the first phase of systole, ventricular systole, that is the isovolumetric contraction. What happens here? Volume remains same but pressure increases. The same thing happens. From here, it goes on. Pressure increases but volume is same. You get a point here. So what happens here? This isovolumetric contraction ends by opening the aortic valve. So what happens? Rapidly blood will be ejected. So this is the second phase. This is the first phase. So rapid ejection phase happens. So gradually it goes. So rapidly blood will get filled, and then comes the slow ejection phase. Slowly blood will be ejected. Sorry, this is the third happens. Then what happens at the end of systole? Closure of aortic valve happen, then only the diastole, ventricular diastole will happen. That time what happens? S2 sound will produce. That is the protodiastole. Closure of aortic valve results in S2 heart sound. So what happens? This is the first diastolic, ventricular diastolic phase, protodiastole. Second phase is isovolumetric relaxation. So this is the second phase. What happens in isovolumetric relaxation? Volume remains same. Ventricles are under the relaxation, so pressure will decrease. So gradually pressure will decrease. And we have come to the initial point of 50 ml. So let's mark the point. This point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this point is D. So there are 4 points we are plotted in this graph. So what happens? Mitral valve opened here. That's why the diastole happens. So we came to the basic point, the beginning point where we have come. Okay, then it goes like rapid filling and slow filling and filled by the atrial contraction. So I have told about the 3 phases of systole and 5 phases of diastole. All the phases, all the 8 phases have come in this graph. Then what is the important point to note here is the S1 sound. The mitral valve closes here, then only systole can happen. Ventricular systole. Ventricular systole is ejection. Systole means always ejection. Okay, the key word of systole is ejection. So when the mitral valve closed, the systole has happened. That means the isovolumetric contraction happens and the rapid ejection phase goes and slow ejection phase comes. Okay, so when the mitral valve closes, it produces the S1 heart sound, and S2 heart sound is produced in protodiastole. In 1 mark, it will be asked. So S1 is in point B. S2 sound produced in point D. S3 sound. S3 in the sense, what is that? Rapid filling phase. It occurs between A and B. Okay, so the rapid filling in the sense, what happens? This from A to B, it gradually fills. What I have said, from 50 ml to 120 ml, it fills. The ventricular filling, it takes place. So you should mention S3 sound is point A and B. S4 sound is also point A and B. This is important. Hope you all understand. So you could see S1 sound produced at B point B. S2 sound is produced at point D, and S3 and S4 is between point A and B. The most important thing in this pressure volume graph is calculations. So let's see the calculations. So let's calculate the first calculation, that is the stroke volume. SV in the sense stroke volume. So how to calculate the stroke volume? We would calculate by end diastolic volume minus end systolic volume. From the graph, what is the end diastolic volume? 120 ml. What is the end systolic volume? 50 ml. So 120 minus 50, that is 70 ml. These are all normal values. Okay. So 70 ml. This is how we'll calculate the stroke volume. So this formula, so this formula is important. Put a box. Okay, this is the first calculation what we have done. Okay, stroke volume is equal to end diastolic volume minus end systolic volume. Then comes the ejection fraction, EF, in the sense ejection fraction. How to calculate ejection fraction? Ejection fraction can be calculated by stroke volume by end diastolic volume into 100. Why 100? Because it is a fraction. We are going to get the percentage. Okay. So stroke volume what we have found now is 70 ml. Okay, 70 ml. And then end diastolic volume from the graph is 120 ml into 100. Okay. So average it will get 55 to 65 percentage. Okay, these are all normal values. Why ejection fraction is important? Cardiologist, for finding the echo, the cardiologist will check the ejection fraction first while they're taking the echo for the patient. So that's why ejection fraction is important. Let's go on to the next calculation, that is the end diastolic volume. How to calculate the end diastolic volume? And that is equals to end systolic volume by 1 minus ejection fraction. This is a formula to calculate end diastolic volume. And then comes the end systolic volume. How to calculate the end systolic volume? End diastolic volume bracket, that is multiplied into 1 minus ejection fraction. These are the formulas that has to be remembered throughout. Okay. So let's see some terminologies. Okay. So electromechanical systole. What is this electromechanical systole? This is a period between the QRS complex in ECG and to the closure of aortic valve. Just remember this, in ECG you could have seen the QRS complex, PQRS. So in that QRS complex and to the closure of aortic valve that produces S2 sound. The period between these two is the electromechanical systole. Then comes the left ventricular ejection time. So what is left ventricular ejection time? So that is the period between the carotid pressure rise to the closure of aortic valve. The carotid pressure rises when the carotid pressure rises when it closure happens of the aortic valve. So the period between the aortic pressure rises to the closure of the aortic valve. Okay, so the closure of aortic valve that is called as dicrotic notch. The closure of aortic valve is called as dicrotic notch. Where it happens in aortic pressure recording, this dicrotic notch is seen. And one more terminology. What is that last terminology is pre-ejection period. What is that pre-ejection period? The difference between the electromechanical systole and left ventricular ejection time. Okay, that the difference between these two, the above two, results in pre-ejection period. So the pre-ejection period by left ventricular ejection time, that the value is 0.35. This is a normal value. Okay, so it always, this ratio will always correlate negatively with ejection fraction. You should remember these terminologies. So that's all about the cardiac cycle. Revise the topic again and again so that you won't forget, and study well. Happy learning. If you like my session, please share, subscribe and share with your friends. That's all. Thank you.